All right. You've heard the bad news, I hope, Marcus, about Michael Rappaport. He
It's
can't he can't vote for Biden anymore.
yeah.
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 He's gotta vote Republican now because of how invested Biden is in Hamas.
Well, for one thing,
Yeah.
if it's one thing Michael Rappaport is known for,
Yeah.
it's principles.
Man, guy's
Um,
full of them.
yeah,
From tip to toe, this guy's that
yeah.
principle.
Sometimes it looks like they're like exploding out of his face,
Yeah.
but yeah, and it's a sad day. Sad
Yeah.
day. Coming off a big win, Democratic Party in New York,
Man.
$26 million in a night,
Yeah.
and then you lose the rap.
Yeah. And then
All
you
that
lose the
Joventum. All that
all of that.
Joventum.
That doesn't even
Gone.
matter. Yeah. What does it matter if you gain Lizzo but lose Michael Rappaport, you know?
Liz who?
Although I think she said she's quitting music because she got the barest amount of pushback. So I don't know.
Hey,
Sucks, man.
good. Well, then you
I
learned.
hate it.
Oh,
I
you
hate when
learned then.
people are
Okay.
slightly mean to me for performing at a multi-million-dollar fundraiser
Hey.
that is directly benefiting a candidate, the sports genocide. Man, that sucks.
Yeah. Hey. Well, womp womp.
Tough,
Well,
tough,
that's
man.
the thing is though. We really do need to applaud that, right? Because
Yeah,
if you realize you're an asshole and people don't want to see you, and you choose to go away, that's the correct decision.
yeah, yeah,
So thank you.
yeah,
Goodbye.
yeah.
Can you take Michael Rappaport with you?
Can you take that guy? He'll be back one day. He's not gonna do free PR in Israel forever. He's gonna show back up, once he runs out of hotel comps and shit. So
yeah. Take him into obscurity. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um.
ManCon. All right. Now here's the thing. Some people are gonna say ManCon 11. I'm gonna say, look at the numbers, Roman numeral style. ManCon She. Thank you, She, for liberating us. Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
good. I'm glad we're on the same page. Very nice.
This is an episode dedicated to the All Father President Xi.
Yes.
We thank you for all your life
Chairman.
lessons.
Yes.
We appreciate all of your solidarity you've given to us, and we look forward to the control of TikTok over our
Yes.
nation very soon.
Please liberate the American people through the video app where people make funny polyamorous videos.
Yep. That's how you win.
That's how you get them. That's how you destabilize the American project. That's
Yeah.
all it took. You didn't know.
There's another way that might be coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
But that's due to Michael Rappaport and United States support of this genocide that is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gone. I don't know. I have a hard way of describing this. Is like another level, or like a descent into a deeper hell.
Yeah, like just Dante Alighieri's Inferno. We're just going from 5 to 6 to 7, just making our way further and further down as if
yeah, and I guess to
seemingly no end.
the set to the scene of the past 4 days.
Yeah.
IDF pulling out of Al-Shifa.
Yeah.
And leaving evidence of what can only be described as a historic massacre.
Yeah.
You've got the strike of the Iranian consulate office in Syria, which diplomatically it's like bombing a church with people hiding in it.
I just my thing is, I said it this morning and I'll say it again now. I can't really conceive of any other reasoning behind this than to pull the United States and either allies that Israel might have into a broader conflict. That's why striking in Damascus, So you're striking Syria. You are directly. You can say whatever you want, like, well, depending on like the day, sorry, Israel's very precise, or they just have no idea what the fuck they're doing. But they do. They do have precision weaponry, and they very specifically targeted a place where they could inflict harm upon the Iranian generals that they killed and Iranian diplomats.
Well, and like I think we like get to that because the last thing of was also the strike of uh the what is it the World Kitchen,
Yeah,
and they killed 7 workers
yeah, they did.
um in a very precise airstrike as you look into the
Yeah,
details.
been
So
a lot
yeah,
of like what you and I would consider like if we were to look at any other part of the world or any other state actor, like these are hard like red lines for the United States, Like these are, like if this like think about I hate to make the compare, but if this was Russia, right? And we were talking about Russia versus Ukraine, like there would be intense talk of ways to reprimand them, of things that we were going to do to start sanctioning them amongst like EU countries. Like this
well,
is, you
let's
know,
imagine that, you know, um well, let's I think what is it? It's like something like Admiral Brown or something like that is the
Mhm.
Joint Chiefs of Staff like that, right? So
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
say
yeah,
he visits Ukraine.
yeah,
He's in the consulate office doing some handshakes, meeting some people,
yeah.
and Russia drone strikes him.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, like, and the
What are we
thing
gonna
that
do?
is really, oh, it's like kind of like as if there's rules, but the idea that they did a strike at a consulate,
Uh huh.
it's like extension of the embassy. This is this is like the closest thing that you could consider like bureaucratic sacred ground.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
these like
Correct.
embassies, consulates, these places, it's like are like the closest thing that a state can say is sacred. They
Yes.
are points of diplomacy. Um, and to do this type of strike at a consulate in
It's
a third, like
crazy,
it
man.
is absolutely it's absolutely insane. And they're just not saying any, that's where
Yeah.
like Israel just like, "Ha, what?" It's like of course like
Eh,
who else could it be? Well,
yeah. Well,
it could be the United States.
apparently, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like,
It was us.
like no,
Um,
no, no.
They were apparently Benjamin Netanyahu did concede that they unintentionally struck the aid workers
Yes.
as of this morning.
Yeah.
Just a big whoopsie, There was no
Yeah.
way. I mean, they were obvious like they were communicating their position with the IDF at all times. And the IDF struck not one, not two, but three separate vehicles of theirs as they were scattering between them.
That
But,
yes.
sure, yeah, they just made a whoopsie over the course of 2.5 kilometers and received no, like, radio confirmation or discussion from these folks, is what I'm supposed to believe, I guess.
Well, and the thing that you also need to add in there is that the road that they were on
Mhm.
was a cleared road.
Yes.
The
Yes.
route that they were on
Yes.
was a route that was already cleared to be safe by the IDF.
Yeah.
The the organization also um they notified the IDF, we will be moving vehicles down this
Yes.
route, this direction, this time to this time. It there there is no excuse, right?
Yes.
So the Israel is just saying it was a few bad apples.
Little whoopsie do, man, Sometimes you I mean, what are you gonna do?
The thing that is like, just enraging in all of this too is that the US backing it, and like John Kirby and the State Department and like ready to
Man,
jump
John
and
Kerr
back them
like,
up.
listen, Matt Miller's a demon, and I look at him often where he's just like, "Hey, listen, Hamas just tried to take human shields or whatever at the hospital." And I guess like this idea, like gone is the pretense of October and November, where they were just like, I mean, who's to say who bombed this hospital? But we can all agree it's a bad thing, right? And
Yeah.
now 5 months later, they're like, "Hey, had to be done." That hospital was no angel, okay? Like had to be done. That's what
Yeah.
Hamas made them. Like,
And
just crazy that, like, we've moved
yeah.
from that messaging of just, like, nobody would ever think of doing that to just, like, I mean, what are you gonna do if Hamas is in there?
Right.
Mm,
And
they're
and
kinda their
and
fault.
and the thing is, and as you in like I can't
And
even
that's
repeat the details of like some of the stuff coming out of Al Shifa
yeah.
but they destroyed the hospital, right? That's the thing is too is
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, and they demolished this
yeah,
hospital.
yeah,
And
like
again,
the
that's Matt Miller.
argument.
John Kirby, like, is a genocidal freak. Like, as much as I despise Matt Miller, John Kirby is straight up like an absolute like sociopath. I believe Matt Miller's probably just like, well, I gotta keep doing this for the paycheck, man. And maybe he gets a little weird fucking kinky delight in it.
Nah, yeah,
Uh
he enjoys it, but like
yeah,
Kirby's like has been waiting
John
his career for this, it
Yeah,
seems
Kirby
like.
Kirby literally before Benjamin Netanyahu quite literally took responsibility for the WCK aid workers. Kirby was just like, nope, no way it could have happened. I mean, they didn't did they say that they did it? Well, I guess we can't prove it. You guys
Yeah.
just overreacting. What's wrong with you freaks? All right?
Yeah.
Yeah, have we forgotten how deadly Hamas is?
Right?
Like this guy is a fucking demon,
And
man.
it's and like and because like the thing is too is that even but it like really is like it doesn't take anything,
Yeah.
right? Before there's any response. They can't even say, "Hey, if this is true, it's concerning." No, Kirby says, "There's no
No.
way. There's no
Not my
way."
Israel. Not my guys.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that.
There must have been Hamas hanging on to the axles underneath the vehicles with the knife in their mouth, ready to do terror.
Yeah, I saw him. All
I,
right.
I think I did too, actually. Yeah. But this is I just the latest iteration of this ongoing genocide that um needs to be stopped.
Yeah.
Like there's no this idea that like, well, Brandon's talking to Israel. Oh, Brandon, or Biden, he's saying, oh, "PB, you're a butthead. I don't like you."
Yeah. He
While
tells him. He tells him like
millions
it
of
is.
weapons
He's like, this guy, don't care for him.
they're just giving the delivery of bombs, of munitions. They're talking about a new F-15 and F-35 deal to
Jesus
Israel.
Christ. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is
2,300 bombs was the
yeah.
latest deal,
Um,
1,800 2K and another 500K or 5K.
yeah, and so I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
There's no way of knowing, like, oh, well, like where this goes and what country is
Yeah,
going to do
sure.
what,
Well, they're
you
defensive
know.
markets. So I'm
Yes.
told,
Well, but I was saying as far as like the international reaction,
Oh,
um,
yeah, 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 sure. Like
this
how
is this like, and that's
how does
really
the
like
world look at this? Oh.
because like the next time the United States says international rules based order,
I mean, yeah.
like they're gonna get
What is that?
milkshaked at the UN with that
What does that
nonsense.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
What does that
So
mean anymore?
yeah, I mean, if there is, yeah, if there's any like moral credibility that the United States was like trying to wave over, its stated adversaries, um, especially like Russia invading Ukraine, stuff like that. There's nothing. There's no way, and like that's where too. It's like not only is there no like there hasn't really ever been credibility there, but when it comes to the way the UN votes are happening, the the structures of power that have largely given deference to the United States, no
Yes.
matter what, are no longer doing that.
Yes.
And how does that play out? Who knows? But the things that are going on, and the fact that the United States, even today, John Kirby saying we have not found that Israel has broken international law.
Committed no humanitarian, what did he say specifically? No humanitarian violations?
Yes, yes.
No, has not violated
Yeah.
humanitarian law, I think is what he said. Yeah.
Which is like is a bold-faced lie
Yeah,
because
that's
even
an
if
insane thing to say.
even if one member of your military on their own
Yeah.
decides to do a an illegal act, your military has acted against humanitarian law.
Yes.
Now, if you do an investigation and you find this one military member acted alone, you find their diary. Well, my Sarge says be nice, but I just hate these people so much, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it all by myself. Right? You got all the evidence.
Sarge told me to kiss him, and I'm
Then
never gonna kiss him.
yeah, then you need to hold them accountable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what has happened in the past? I mean, this is where you get to where it comes to the United States war crimes, Israeli war crimes. There is no, there's just a sorry, whoops. And I think about like like that drone strike in Afghanistan,
Yeah.
after they had pulled out, and it was just aid workers.
Yes.
It was an aid worker, his family, children, like 2-year-old. Is anyone in jail for that?
Nah.
Did anyone
There's
go to
investigate like
trial?
that's the shit. Like, I don't know, for you and I to pay attention to anybody else that does. Like, that's the constant questions from Matt Lee and Prem Thakur and everybody else that's in that press pool. Like, hey, what's happening with what's the movement on this? And it's like, well, we've asked them.
Yeah.
That's it, huh? We've asked them.
Well,
We've asked them very nicely why these things had to happen,
and the
and
times
we anxiously await their response.
when they get answers that are insufficient, well, that we've asked them for more details, and now we're
Yeah.
awaiting
Yeah,
that
I mean, yeah,
response.
that's it. Like that is the dialogue. We've asked them. All right. Did they answer back? Yes, they did. We asked for clarification.
Yep.
Oh, all right.
Great.
Good.
Well,
Good.
I mean, and it's like
Thank
drone
goodness.
striking, and this where too. It's like they talk about aid organizations getting hit, but it's like people with white flags. This video from that was unearthed, I think by Al Jazeera of the few men just walking to the street,
Yeah.
getting drone striked, people waving white flags, getting shot. But I think also one thing forgot to mention, Israel just passed a law saying no international media
No
is
more Al
allowed.
Jazeera, baby. All
I,
right. Those guys, they might be, and I hate to say it, but here we are. They
yeah,
might be Hamas. So we
might be.
gotta
Yeah,
do something about that. All right.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's deeply depraved, I think, but, like, on the other side of things, I would say, like, not a silver lining, obviously, but something to consider is we have seen, like I don't think I would have seen like, considered this level of, like, libs kind of flipping, Like, in the past, like, just week, we saw the SNL, like, monologue. I don't know if you watched that at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, where he
I saw the clip. I didn't.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, like, full-throated, like, applause and cheering for Free Palestine, like, amongst an SNL audience is kinda I don't think I would have even conceived that, in October.
I mean, honestly, like that wasn't an April Fool's joke from them,
No,
was
I
it?
mean,
Okay, that was
real. That
like a
was a
legitimate.
real, like,
Okay,
tangible, like,
all
this
right.
is and
Because like
again, like,
the
when
more
we
you talk about it, that's now I'm like, was that even real? Did they put that?
Right,
Are they
right,
pulling our
like,
leg
yeah,
on
that
this? But
was,
no, it is
a
amazing. It is.
very heartfelt monologue from him, like and then I also think of, like, Mehdi Hassan quite literally, I'm sure you saw, loser fucking Hillary Clinton sitting there talking about, like, "Get over it, all right? You've only got 2 people to vote for, all right?"
Yeah.
And even Mehdi Hassan just retweeting her and be like, well, you may be right. Like, if you think the strategy is to tell voters that they've only got 2 choices, you're dead wrong.
Again.
And I think, again, for people like that have held water so long for the liberal establishment to start talking about the discussion like, hey, if this guy keeps going down the path he's going, I think you're gonna have a rude awakening. Like that's a lot, man. Even like, say anything you want. Like obviously Jose Andres has had some really fucked up ideas in the past. Like just at the beginning, like October 8th, this guy was out there like condemning Hamas, et cetera, et cetera. But now losing seven workers, for WCK, putting out a pretty extremely heartfelt message condemning the IDF for doing this, saying there needs to be a ceasefire. They need to stop this. Like we can't have this go on 1 minute longer. These people need to be fed. They can't be starved out. Like, I mean, this is a guy that he's on the Pod Johns. This is a guy that has been at fundraisers. Obama's known personally. That's Obama's favorite chef,
I mean,
man.
yeah, because and this is where
Biden probably has his phone number. Like,
the amount of work that he's done,
yeah,
phenomenal. Like
yeah, sure.
the
This guy's fed
like
people in so many
organization.
like
Yeah.
disaster areas, so many points of conflict. Like,
Essentially though, he's like Lin-Manuel Miranda, right?
yes,
Like
absolutely.
politically, he's that. So like the fact that
Literally, Biden called him today. Like, it was news that Biden called him,
which
consoling him.
can I
Like,
say
you've got a direct line to the president, and
how
that guy is
yeah.
saying, "Hey, I am opposed to what you are doing right now."
That like and that just the point though too, right? Of him calling Jose Andres,
Yeah.
right? It's like you have Americans who have lost generations of their family.
Yes.
That's the thing that is and this is where like the Biden administration, Joe Biden himself cannot see how literally it seems per the second
Yeah.
they continuously demean Palestinians, Palestinian Americans, Arab Americans, and Muslim Americans.
Yes.
It is almost in the DNA of the administration to ignore them, to deny them any type of humanity because like it is just so insane to me
Yeah.
that this strike, like so many others, obviously wrong. You can at least reach out to these people and say, "Sorry that my bombs did this."
Yeah.
And he only does it for the famous chef.
Exactly. Yeah. For that guy he knows. Yeah. Absolutely. But I don't know. So I look at like all those kind of facets of just I'm paying attention to the fact that more sentiment and obviously we can have discussions on whether it's too slow and it's not enough, but obviously public sentiment is turning. The tide is shifting. Like state after
Well,
state for primaries, we see 2, 3 times the amount of uncommitted from years past, like
yeah,
you
no,
don't
and that's
want this, man.
and the thing
Like,
is, I think the thing that is probably maybe the most disappointing is that the sentiment is shifting from an already majority position into
yes.
a greater majority position.
Yes, a vocal majority
Like,
position. Instead of people just saying, "Hey, I wish you would stop it," they're saying, "Hey, listen, I need you to hear me. I wish you would stop it."
yeah, yeah.
Which is, again, like, it's hard to get people out of brunch, It's hard to get people to actually come out and make especially with, all the bashing about the head and whatnot, blue no matter who, like, methodology. This
Yeah,
very
yeah,
tough to get people to come out and just be like, "Enough,
yeah.
enough."
Um, but yeah, no, and I think, um and it's like one of the things too is just like is to remember how dire the situation right now is in Gaza,
Yeah,
and the fact that even one of the agencies that's trying to help has pulled out because they have been being targeted by the IDF.
yeah.
Um,
Not I mean,
and
not just and this is the hell of it all, it's not just I mean, obviously, WCK, announced that they're gonna be suspending operations, which is, a blow. But as of today, I believe Anera said they would be suspending operations, and most recently, I believe there's also a ship with multiple deliveries of aid that's now going to be reversing course because they don't want
Which
ostensibly don't want to be involved in potentially also and which was the point of all this, which is the
yeah.
point of all this from Benjamin Netanyahu and his generals and everybody in the field. It was to inflict a wound that would force people to second guess whether or not they wanted to help these starving people,
Yeah.
you know and that's I just, like I'm sorry, like the words like genocide don't really, capture what the state of Israel, what the IDF are, trying to do here. Like I just feel like that's not.
Well, it's like,
This is cold, calculated fucking evil.
yeah, I mean,
Like
yeah, because I mean,
a
this is where it's
decades
like
long project.
you could, like a murder, right? That could be
Yeah,
someone shooting somebody, with a
yeah,
gun,
yeah,
or you could be Jack the Ripper.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, and like genocide is only the descriptor of the crime,
Right. Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Like we are just yes, obviously that's what's happening, but like this is
The
like
details of it,
this
right?
guy,
Yeah.
yeah, like this guy and his military are trying like they are doing this at a maximum level, you know?
Yeah.
They're doing this to inflict collective punishment upon the Gazan like the civilians, the Palestinian people in Gaza. Like they are doing like to starve them out, to keep them without food, water, basic like essentials, like basic shelter, to inflict like PTSD upon like generations of like children and young adults. Like everything about this is just.
And from like like data coming out of the UN,
Mhm.
from like the level of famine that has already set in,
Yes.
is it's permanently disabled people, right? Like people will have healthcare complications for
Yeah.
the rest of their lives, regardless of how old they are, and regardless if they are able to get healthcare treatment right this second.
Yes.
This is something that has been inflicted on them. If they survive, if they are able to survive this, they will be dealing with this for the rest of their lives.
Yes.
And yeah, like the word genocide is not enough. And to say that these acts are unforgivable is also not enough. That this is just horrific.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else a
And we have
podcast
a,
is
we
gonna.
have a we have a government that is largely complicit in it, and it's
Yeah.
just continuing to allow this to occur.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
none of the levers touched, just a stern wag of the finger. And not even that, because I like, like we're still giving their military billions of dollars. I think their annual spend was somewhere, I'm trying to remember their exact numbers, but it's almost nearly doubled by year end
Well, that's yeah.
comparatively, like they just all the weapons, for what? For what?
Because
There's some miles
yeah.
stretch of land that you have to completely flatten, destroy every single building that's left. Like what? What? You know? What could you possibly need all that for?
Um, the rapture,
Yeah,
my
I
friend.
mean,
You
you
gotta you gotta get Jesus
talk to the
back here.
evangelical members of the fucking Congress. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Um, well, someone that could use Jesus.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, well, I don't know. Like I feel two ways about this thing you're gonna bring up, but yeah. I will say, I will say, all right. So the SBF thing, he is minimum 18 years, right? Because it's federal prison.
Yes.
So is that, I guess, this guy doesn't come out until he's an older man.
Yeah.
You know, he makes it, et cetera. But it kind of speaks to what happens when you fuck over rich people yet again, with Bernie Madoff, with, all the Elizabeth Holmes, like all these cautionary tales. Like the one thing you don't do is also include the rich people in your mix.
Well,
Once you do that,
listen,
cardinal sin, baby.
if you scam poor people,
Yeah,
you could run for president.
you're celebrated.
You could
Absolutely.
you could be president and
Yeah,
continue to scam
yeah,
poor people. Now, if you mess over rich people, and this is where the thing is too,
yeah.
it's not only fucking over the rich, but it's an embarrassment of the political class
Correct. Yeah, sure.
because SBF was holding hands. I can't remember the senator from New York, Kristen Gillibrand.
Yeah.
He was very, very friendly with her,
Yes.
and a myriad of other.
Major donor for the Dems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, he donated to Republicans as well, and
Sure.
that's where it's like oh my, and that's where it's if you're rich, you're gonna be able to find politicians that you can play like a fiddle.
Yeah.
If you've got, I'm not sure what to even call, like you've got some type of scam commodity,
Mhm.
some scam financial commodity.
Mhm.
Um, Other scam financiers are gonna be hip to it if they can make money. And that's the
Yeah.
thing with crypto. If it was, hey, we could probably sucker a bunch of poor guys
Yeah.
to buy into,
Get a bunch
something
of
that
people
is,
at the bottom of the
yeah,
pyramid.
exactly, then
Then we
no
go
big
from there.
deal,
Yeah.
right? But the thing that these crypto dudes did is they started burning the candle at both ends, right?
Yeah.
Scam the ones at the bottom, and let's scam the big guys at the top too.
Yeah.
And with that, where in parts two, it's like there's it's one thing that I do find funny is that it's just like some of the rich people were on the scam of the crypto, and some
Yeah.
of the other rich people were the marks, and so it's a little bit of rich on rich crime, which
There it is. Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
I mean, again, like those rich people that are marks are normally they're the same people that invested day one in DJT, which, Marcus, I might have to borrow some money. My
I
my investment last week in DJT, not paying
went up in
not paying
smoke.
out well. It's down a little bit,
Hey,
little
buy
bit.
the dip, buy the
By the dip. But again,
dip.
those day one investors that pump that stock, and who knows what happens to them with the FTC. But those are those marks. Like a lot of them got in because they wanted to buy shorts, because they
Yeah,
wanted to see what they could tear off of, like that's why you see, that initial like and steep dip of Bitcoin that happened a couple of years ago. Like these are all divestments from larger like hedge funds and larger, rich investors that were just like, oh, well, fucking done with that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Time to
it's like
move on to the next thing to
yeah.
continue to grow my wealth exponentially,
Yeah, fucking Andy dropped Woody to the ground, he just don't
Yeah.
wanna
Like
play
it's
play with
yeah,
you no more.
exactly. Like next thing, please. But
Which
like
the Shark Tank guy,
yeah.
he's still kind of defending SBF,
Yeah, sure,
which
why not?
I mean, like, there's such things
O'Leary or
like,
whatever. I don't remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
how much money did you sink into this old man?
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm
Hey,
saying?
listen. All
Um,
right, listen, sharks. I come to you today with the modest proposal. I need $40,000 to buy a picture of a monkey smoking a cigar, wearing a dominatrix hat.
brilliant. It's gonna sell to the moon. Uh, but and that's like, because this is where it's just like this is like kind of like a big story of the week,
Yeah,
and
I think.
because it's
Listen,
like it's like
man.
it's like one of those things where it's just like I'm an abolitionist,
Yeah,
which
same.
which means I want to build that society where prisons are
Yes,
not
yes,
needed,
yes, yeah.
but they are there.
They are that they
And
are currently in our society, and we have to reconcile with that. And,
we
like, I
do.
guess my thing is, I don't know. I don't know what his sentence looks like, okay? Because I don't know how to accurately measure how many people were impacted versus, like, how do you make that math? But what I do know is there are people right now that are still in, like, federal prison for possession. You know, there's
Huh.
still people that like possession with intent to sell, stuff like that, that have the same amount of time. You know,
Yeah.
like there are people that are still in, just state that have 20 plus years for like drug related offenses, for theft related offenses, like just again, things that are not even close to the scale of what this guy got down to. And I think at most he probably serves 18 years and he's out, like whatever the lowest amount of time is, that's probably figured. And that's just, I
Yeah, I
don't
get.
know, like I just think about how fair is that in like a society that like these other
Yeah,
he's gonna get back, he's gonna get off his feet, he's gonna figure out a way once he gets out of prison. He's a kid that still has a bunch of connections. They picked him up in Bali when he was, uh finally kind of like reined in and everything, right? They were like, hey, listen, you gotta cut your trip short, you gotta start talking to us. Like this guy's gonna endure while those people are ruined for the rest of their
and
lives,
that's the thing that where like nothing's actually fixed here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like, even putting
Because
him in prison doesn't fix this because that
yeah,
system.
I mean, it's good for a laugh, but
Yeah, yeah,
at
absolutely.
the end of the day, the ability and like it's a multi it's it's a multifaceted thing, nothing's simple in this world, right? But like
Yeah,
the one thing, and this is where I do think about like where in my head I've got the idea of the average person that purchases crypto
yeah.
and I don't like this person.
Yes, yes,
And
yeah,
so I don't feel bad when they get fucked over. But at the end of the day, there is a fundamental ignorance of civics
yes,
and money that we
yes,
have obviously in our society, right? And that comes from a myriad of what things. Um, but then you've got the ability for powerful entities, you know, um, to screw over people, to know that they are engaging in a scam. And
yeah,
this can be obvious because like it's been obvious that you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
crypto
yeah,
has been obviously a scam for so long.
yeah,
I think the first crypto exchanges that was like 10 years ago. This stuff's like not new. It's not new.
yeah,
And the fact that the regulatory mechanisms don't kick in
mhm,
until the embarrassment and the loss of money on the rich till you get to the Sam Brakeman fraud,
yeah.
like when I look at
Sam
this, it's
Bacon
just like,
fried, yeah.
what's it? What Bankman? It was
I don't
Bankman
know, it doesn't
Freed.
matter. So I think
Bacon.
Sam Bacon fried is very funny.
I'm I'm a little hungry. No,
Little bit.
Bill, bacon
Mm,
fried wouldn't
yeah,
mind. Um, but no, it's frustrating, and I
yeah,
think that is what it's like to the larger point of the story of like we're still missing it, and
yeah,
yeah, he's a dipshit. Fuck him. Like I really don't care. I'm not gonna think about him again.
yeah.
But like our society is not fixed. This is not,
Until I'm, like, in the home
just
and they're like, "Oh, did you know that Sam Bankman-Fried is out?" And I'll be
he's probably
like,
gonna wait.
"Ooh."
Like, what do you mean? He's out? He's gonna own the nursing home that we were put in, right? He's gonna own it. Like, we're gonna be like,
Uh,
wow, why are you giving me half my medication? Oh, because it's time for the dump after the pump. Okay, and I'm like,
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn it,
Oh
you got
god.
us again. um. Oh man.
Yeah.
Which speaking of good corporate behavior
Li
and
I need listen,
oh fuck.
I don't know. I'm dumb. I don't know how to handle my data. Explain to me what happened with AT&T. I've never, data,
Okay.
who needs it? I just do
Yeah.
things on the internet every day. I put my credit card number in, This text document.
Well,
Send them to people.
which that's the thing is like so AT&T got hacked.
Yeah.
They lost 70 million users' data, and
So
the
crazy. How
full
does this keep
like
happening?
like the full thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you're getting names, addresses,
Yeah.
email addresses,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
social security numbers.
Marcus, I hear what you're happening, but could you now, and hear me out, could you imagine if China had that information instead? This is
No.
better. So could you imagine if the Chinese Communist Party had our information through TikTok? And luckily this wasn't that. This was
No.
just some good old American scammers that got a hold of it.
Just
So it's better.
just American companies not investing in cybersecurity and a
Yeah.
few scammers getting one over on us. Oh, gee
Man.
willikers, what are we gonna do, y'all?
But yeah, like massive information breach. Like, God, man.
Oh man.
I think dovetailing neatly into this, did you see the NY Mag piece about X and the pussy in bio? So if you haven't seen, maybe you
No,
missed
I
out on
haven't.
the ecosystem. That's right, because you walked away
I've
from
it's
Twitter.
yeah.
So on Twitter, there now Mr. I'm gonna kill all the bots 2 years ago. Well, much like Malevolent Creek, he was unable to, and they've only proliferated since. Okay, and so now under most of your tweets, in the replies will come these bots, first name bunch numbers that'll just say pussy in bio or some variation of.
Nice.
Well, they looked into it, and there is just entire like organizations and botnets behind all of this of people that are running like multiple instances to put out as many pussy in bio every minute as they possibly can, just
Can
trying to grab some humble credit card information, just a man's entirely livelihood or whatever. Just
concerning.
yeah, just concerning. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, man,
No,
just
that's
data
this is the
theft
thing.
all
This is
around, baby. It's for
because
everybody.
it is the problem, right?
Yeah.
Is that like we we it's just giving up control to
Yeah.
people who don't care,
Yeah.
right? When it
Yeah.
comes to like whether it's like the internet, right? The series of tubes,
Yeah.
right?
We are the fucking the cheapest commodity,
Yeah.
to buy and trade,
It's like so like the ability, it's just I like and this is where it's just like we need more government oversight. There needs to
Yeah.
be more regulation. And like of course like
With my
going
dead body,
along
commie.
yeah, talk about like why the United States government is not primed to do that in a sincere fashion.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, a system that does not protect its citizens from obvious scams,
Yeah.
from obvious deviant behavior it's just I hope I'm not going to shock you here, but that's a bad system. That's a
Yeah.
faulty system.
Yeah.
And we've got that, and especially like just when it comes to the internet, we've got that in layers. Okay, it's crazy because from bot networks just trying to throw out all these scams to the way Instagram will feeds on insecurities and
Yeah.
has bad results for teens mental health. Like there is a series of things, scraping people's data. So like there's so many things through the internet that are just horrible, and
Yeah.
it's obvious, and no one's doing anything about it. Oh,
Yeah.
except for TikTok,
Except
right?
for
Of course,
TikTok. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
that's where we know we're
Thank
getting.
God we're gonna close it down because,
Yeah,
otherwise, like that's the craziest thing to me is just like it's just so blatantly and so obvious, like xenophobic, like
saber
nationalistic
rattling.
nonsense,
Yeah,
because it's just like every company does this. They're like, well, they're scraping data. I'm like, yeah, dude, yeah. Welcome to listen, fucking monarchs of days past of the dark ages would fucking blush at how in depth, like how fucking to the core, we have found ways to monetize like human like life. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
To sit and scrape and pry every piece of your information, every piece of your data, like everything can about you can be monetized, and that can be stolen and monetized for the worst ways type of shit. You know, it's like
And the thing, and where like, and like, just even going back to like the people who are, charged with, some sort of like responsibility in protecting the citizenry from this,
yeah.
like just out to lunch with the people who are helping us get scammed,
Sounds
you
great.
know,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, yeah, we just found out. What was it? It was today or yesterday, right? About Facebook and Netflix brokering a deal for some 110 million
yeah,
users
yeah, yeah,
to absorb that user data. Like,
yeah, no,
what are we fucking doing, man? Why are we
it's
allowing these companies to, I want to go back. You and I were talking the other day about, there seems to be at least one country that does something about rich people when they get out of line, and just like if we did that more, maybe with just like maybe companies writ large too,
yeah, and
you know?
let's branch out into the internet and go into, companies that poison water.
Yeah,
Like, this is like, that's where it's like the country is, outside of like Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act, and like
yeah.
how that has been shaved away over time,
God, man. Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, we're, and that's like eh, God damn it, right? It's just like so disappointing. But
yeah,
yeah, which just, at least too, just like it says, if you know anybody, if you have AT&T, you might want to check into some things.
yeah,
Um, you might have some things to worry about.
yeah.
But and this is where, even going further on, um like, this is one of those things where it's just like there's nothing you could do about this. You need a cell
Yes.
phone. You got to give it all up
Yeah,
to these
like that. Where
companies.
again, there's a reason why information is so like is such a boom of an industry, because we all have like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
You're gonna remove yourself from the information ecosystem? It's quite literal. I'm sorry. More and more companies go online every fucking year with all their processes. Like I'm floored, man. I think one of the things I've noticed over the past couple of years is going to like the doctor and everything, just like an online portal now. It's like,
yeah,
like, I'm sorry, but like, what happened to like, I know back end, like they have all those records stored electronically as well, but at least I have to hope those are somewhat secure servers compared to just like a very open-ended, multiple points, fucking, weak like website where they're just like, man, I don't know,
yeah.
it'll
And
probably be fine.
the
Figure it
thing,
out.
the
Hopefully, you
thing
don't have his
that
key log or anything. See you later.
yeah, well, and that's the sort of thing too. Is like, how do these things connect into like other insurance companies and stuff like that?
Yeah.
How do those companies, like hold
I
your
just
data and like what type of back, there's, that, yeah, we're
We're at
not
a
looking at it
point where if you want to
seriously.
participate in society,
Yeah,
like you're going to be online in some form or fashion. Your information is going to like even down to your credit score. Like Experian's been hacked how many fucking times now? Like,
yeah,
sorry, but man, like
yeah. But
you
that's
don't
the
get
thing.
out. You don't win in this.
Yeah, the thing is, and like, this is where too it's important. Is like, it's not so much about not anyone knowing your social security number,
Yeah.
right? It's the ability for people to ruin, to benefit off of ruining you,
Yes.
utilizing it,
Yes.
and 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 that's where, and I don't know, maybe there is some type of just easier way for people to, rectify their ID, getting stolen, because with every like, like, because that's the fastest way to redress, because it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like we're really focused on any systemic ways to actually just protect this from happening.
No,
Um,
absolutely not.
so yeah,
Getting at it.
I mean, honestly, I just hope the people who got screwed over by this, because like, this isn't like, oh, hey, I brought into crypto, right? Like, you bought a AT&T plan,
Yeah.
It's one of the most American things you could do.
Yeah.
And he got fucked over for it.
Yeah. Hate to see it.
Yeah, hate to see it. Hate to see it. But
well, speaking of getting fucked over, I don't know. There's probably a segue in there somewhere. Our poor service men and women, poor service people. It's back, man. I thought it was gone. The state, Matt Miller, the little sociopath, told me that it wasn't real, but apparently it is. Paying attention to 60 Minutes this week. I was like you. I thought I was in a fucking fever dream. I was like, we settled this. we said Havana Syndrome's done 2 years ago, right?
I legit thought 60 Minutes was just doing a rerun. I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
We looked at, and it is so insane to watch, man.
and lady with the wig.
Obviously,
and then there's a car chase scene.
Yeah. Obviously, all of this is why, you may notice I'm a little different place trying to get to the source, trying to
figure out what's going on here.
I'll be in Havana for the next couple days, just trying to figure out why. Why would the Cuban people do this?
Stay safe out there.
So yeah, we're gonna figure it out. I think.
Well, it's the Cubans and the Russians.
And obviously. I mean, that goes without saying. Which again, man, I'm sorry if you've seen it is insane. I want to watch the whole thing. It's so crazy, like the leaps that they go through. It's like there's one point where they we discovered this guy, and it's just some like generic looking white Russian guy, right? Yeah. And they're talking to this lady that apparently has the Havana syndrome, and they're just like, "Hey, here's a picture. Does this look like the guy you saw that one day?" And she's like, "Yes, that's absolutely him." I'm like, "What the fuck, man?"
That's the thing that's crazy.
Even cops are screaming at this. They have a harder job. At least they have 5 people in the lineup. They're just like, "Does this look like him?" Yeah, all right.
Well, because that's so wild. Is that it's like, okay, tell me about your, what happened on that day, right?
Yeah.
Which is like this weird thing because it's like all of the people, they were in their laundry room.
Yeah.
And they got hit with the Havana Syndrome gun through the window, right?
Yeah,
so many of them
crazy.
that was the, changing over to the whites and boom, Havana Syndrome. Okay. Yeah. This lady says she leaves her laundry room and starts violently vomiting, right? She's puking all over the place. She's disoriented, right? She goes outside and she sees a car with a person in it, right? And then 60 Minutes was just like
that she hadn't seen before.
Was it this guy? And she's like, you know what? I actually feel like I've got Havana Syndrome right now.
And then
that's
2 sentences later, she's like, it might have been him. Maybe. It's like, I thought you knew.
I just got done puking.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, she saw him and it made him.
So what does that prove? Even if it was,
which the picture is like the most normal ass looking white dude. It's
literally. I'm sorry, Russia's full of like millions of that dude. All right.
Yeah.
Some blonde haired like fucking 5'10" Russian guy. That could be anybody.
Like literally. Like it could have been literally anyone. So crazy.
Yes.
Although I was happy because normally in this type of scenario, I'm in the lineup, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, hey, listen. Yeah, I get it.
When it comes to Havana Syndrome,
yeah.
Don't look at me.
Finally,
it's a white Devils. Coming for
man. Just every part of that though. Like I'm just watching like clip after clip, because I didn't grab the whole thing, but I did grab a few choice like clips of it, and I just honestly. They like another one was they read the document and they're just like, okay, well, we found this secret Russian group. I'm like, all right, okay, you got me. Secret Russian group. Holy shit. And they have evidence of what? Well, they were looking into long form radio wave technology. Okay.
Well, there's
great. Our CIA tried to mind control goats, and that's on paper. Declassified. You can read it.
Yeah, bat bombs. That's
bat
one.
bombs, cat bombs,
cat recordings.
Yeah, cat recordings as well. That's right.
Yeah.
And you're telling me, they've got it written on paper. It's like
the thing is, and where because I always, and that's where it's like I read that and I was like, I've actually. I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Non-lethal
It's
audio.
LRADs. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
we
"Wait."
have
Yeah,
those.
we have those, right? And that's where it's like I was in a military unit where, like, we did, like, this riot control
Yeah.
thing, and,
Yeah.
like, literally, they pulled these out. That's all they suck. Those I mean,
Yeah.
like,
No, they're trash.
they well, like, they if you're standing in the way, they work.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not fun to be in the ray of
Yes.
that,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's loud. I could maybe, hey, if you get hit with it, maybe it makes your tummy hurt.
Hmm.
Okay, but you walk out and you're fine. It's nothing,
Yeah.
and, like, it's literally some type of non-lethal audio, whatever the fuck.
Yes.
But it's so crazy that it's just you've got this group, this Russian military, squadron, battalion, whatever,
Yeah.
unit, and it was the head of the unit's son who
Yes.
was apparently
Yes. Yes.
going around
Yes.
the world and
Yes.
deploying the Havana
Using
syndrome
the that's
gun.
right. You got it. All right. They put it all together. Or they got the recording shit was actually the craziest. Sorry, I'm remembering it now. Where they're like, well,
Yeah,
we've also got cell phone recording of two Russian men. I'm like, okay. And one of them is saying, is the green light on? Is it blinking 3 times? And another one says, do I leave it on all night?
yeah. I mean, that's where it's like
Maybe
I had
What?
I said the same shit to my mom when she was on vacation,
Right.
and I was trying to hook up my dad's CPAP machine.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Like,
it's the like, I don't like, what?
is he trying to restart his router? Like, what
Yeah,
is
what the fuck?
this is
It's
crazy. Like, that's crazy, man. Like,
yeah.
you have to, I'm sorry, you have to look yourself in the face and say to yourself, we are like, I know listen, hey, it's not beyond me that 60 Minutes has been a propaganda outlet for ages, okay? Like they are regularly down with just like
But this was
sowing whatever sort of
yeah.
nonsense they can. But god damn, dude. Like they
This
were
is
integral like Satanic Panic like 30, 40 years ago. Like sure. But also like that's
I,
crazy.
well,
Just literally making things up.
because out of all of the things that are going on in this world that you could actually propagandize for, like, Western boomers,
Yeah.
how, like, is there really still water in the Havana Syndrome well?
Like I said,
Like,
even the fucking State Department stooge, Matt Miller,
yeah.
that's very gladly just gonna be like, well, sorry, Hamas did it. Um, Even that guy's just like, no, we discredited this. Like
Which
we did a thorough in-depth investigation and found no
it doesn't make any
link.
sense. Yeah,
Like it's what are you talking about?
yeah.
Like I'm so like, yeah, who's left? Who are the Havana Syndrome truthers at this point, man? I guess 60
Okay.
Minutes. I guess it's 60 Minutes.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
bravely going where
Which, you know
no
what
one
it
else
is?
could.
It's like it's gonna be some random, like, relationship where, like, there's somebody that works at 60, one of the high ups at
Yeah,
60
yeah, yeah,
Minutes
yeah.
that just, like, went to high school with one of these dipshits that got a
Yes.
headache, and, like,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
like, that's literally it, like, you get a
Yeah.
personal connection on something, and you
Uh-huh.
will just you will just focus a whole organization
Yeah.
onto that one dipshit thing, so,
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey,
um
listen, these people are getting fucking 187K. People are getting fucking paid, man.
oh,
Like, I think
wait.
I got a tummy ache, actually. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
I
ooh,
mean, that's
ooh,
Congress
God.
Congress has literally appropriated money
Yeah.
to Havana Syndrome
Crazy. We're
victims.
so stupid. We're such a stupid country.
One of the dumbest.
Yeah.
One of the dumbest countries. Maybe the dumbest. We are number 1.
Yeah. That's right. Number one.
Woo!
Man. Roll Tide.
Amen, roll tide, man, God.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
Man.
and speaking of dumbest country,
Man.
let's talk about
Yeah.
the
Last
dumbest
last
state.
thing. All right, listen, Marcus. I don't know. Maybe he was right the whole time. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I didn't see the vision that Biden had. He knew this was coming down the pipeline. He's the fucking Quizach Hadarach. He saw that Florida was going to put weed and abortion on the ballot, and he was like, "I'm taking it back. I'm
That's
taking
right.
Florida back, baby. First time since 2008. It's going dim again."
See, and this is the thing, though, that, like, where Yeah, where like they said, like so, Florida, the Supreme Court has allowed abortion to be illegal, but has also allowed for it to be on a referendum coming up in November. So
Yes,
as of
yes,
right
yes, yes,
now,
yes.
a 14-week abortion ban is in place.
Yeah,
I think the legislature has already passed and will be implementing a 6-week ban, which
yeah.
effectively is a complete ban. Um, and also now they're voting on the recreational.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. They're voting on recreational, I believe.
So these are, I mean, two of the biggest issues that
Yeah. Yeah, these are
you
huge
could pull.
motivators to come out,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, and also in this place, especially too, when you talk about
I mean, like
those
the
issues can
Miami like
cover down
college
on
contingent alone is
right.
gonna.
Well, yeah, and that's where it's like those are two in it where not to say people who care about abortion don't only smoke, those care about
Yeah.
legalizing cannabis, but they do, they energize,
Yes.
two
Yes. Yes. Yes.
different bases
Yes.
that will then kind of go out and do a lot
Yes.
of
You got.
organizing around the issue.
You're gonna bring out women and libertarians, which is gonna be really, I think, important. You know,
Yeah, there's gonna
and
be but no, and that's where though it's like there's where cannabis has an issue and legalization of cannabis, and it's like as to roll around like social justice is a big thing, or in like justice or in reform,
yeah.
um, but it also as branches out into as well as like black issues,
Hmm. Hmm.
and then the thing that kind of like pisses me off too is like it is becoming an economic issue, as far as like businesses saying we want to make more money selling this thing, let us sell
Yeah.
this. That's where I think it gets the most steam, is like actually having some of this business class and then juxtaposing that with like some of the tax incentives. What Florida does, I mean, this is where too is like I would normally say, these things are slam dunk issues.
Sure. Yeah.
Florida has had a huge influx with the state population
It's
in and out.
yeah.
And
It's such a, I don't know. It's such a toss up.
well, the thing too is Ron DeSantis and his administration have tamped down voting rights in a myriad
Yeah.
of ways,
Yeah.
so
Sure.
these are huge issues that bring a lot of people out.
Yeah.
What happens in Florida, I think it's still who knows, like that's where it's like they'll probably start polling and all this stuff around here, but like
It'd be, man, that would be the craziest outcome in November is just like, Florida's called for Biden, everybody's in bed by 10. Like
I mean, it would be insane. It's just I'm afraid,
that'd be
like
so wild, man. Like,
I like, and that's where it's like there's other, like the other thing that I think is kind of like a Michigan scenario,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
2016 Michigan scenario,
Yes.
where Hillary just doesn't get written in, in a lot of cases,
Yeah, god damn,
um,
man.
because yeah, that's the thing that I don't know that there's really been, where in some cases in 2020, Biden outperformed the party essentially.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that's gonna be the case this time around, but I
No,
think
this
I
I
think we're
think
in a
is
much different
it,
situation.
it will probably
Also, I
be
said
the inverse.
2008. I think I meant just Barack Obama overall, like won Florida both times. But yeah, like I think this would be the first time, right, for them to flip
Yeah.
it since Trump days.
Yep. Yeah. 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 And that's
You
where
know,
like the
like he didn't even
population.
take it in 2020. So
Yeah, and that's
mhm.
where though it's like the population has changed a lot. Like
Yeah,
is it significant? How significant is it? I don't know. But
how many of
Florida.
those people would be willing to flip for
Well, and that's where the thing
how
is.
many Dems are you going to energize versus how many potential pickups are you going to get from Nikki Haley sympathizers or some whatever shit that is?
That's the thing though, is that the problem with Biden is if Republican voters get to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah,
If you don't represent abortion and legalized weed on the ballot, and they can actually choose those things,
yeah.
that doesn't actually help you with the Republicans. It
No,
hurts you,
no, yeah,
right? For Republican women who care about abortion,
yeah,
they get to have their cake and eat it too in Florida.
yes.
And that's the
Not that,
game that
yeah.
they're
That's not. I mean,
playing
you're
in the
not
rest of
wrong.
the
That's not.
state.
They're voting for the state. They're not voting for Ron DeSantis is out of the equation. So it's like,
Yeah, and the thing is too is like whatever that means
yeah,
actually on the ground is irrelevant, right? We're
yeah,
talking about the American voters, okay? Facts be damned,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
if there is a president and a Congress that comes in and they ban it for the the nation, whatever
yeah,
you vote for in Florida, oh no, I want, it's still going away, lady.
yep,
They don't care, but when it comes to the ballot, they can get Trump and abortion.
yep.
They can get Trump
I
and
think
weed.
back to like the Oklahoma votes and everything like that for weed,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which subsequently just wasn't respected, etc. So, oh, also, man, now that I'm thinking of it, buddy, almost a year away, Spanberg is gonna fucking bring us into the new age.
Oh my god.
He's gonna. She's
CIA
finally gonna
burger.
legalize storefronts. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like just so she could wire them and stuff like that. Man, this lady,
Yes, I can get sold weed by a 62-year-old ex-CIA agent.
listen. I'll cross the street if I see Spamburger signs. Okay, like not
It's
fucking with this,
happening. I don't know what to tell
damn.
you.
I'm a single issue voter.
Oh,
No
you gonna
CIA.
vote for fucking Stoney instead?
All right, in Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. No, we're getting a fucking dumb CIA governor next year. It's such shit. It's so stupid. Dumb place this is.
It's like I'm in danger, like
yeah. Either way, we lose.
no,
Yeah.
Which that's I mean, I don't know. I don't even want to even like play make the prediction game this far out. I think
Yeah.
that there's a and like there's an obvious thing of like, well, like we are not that close to the election, as we can see in the past 5 months.
Yeah.
This world is changing.
Yeah. Times they are changing.
and yeah, that's where who knows what's gonna happen. But I mean, and that's where like even with the way the Florida and the way like thinking of like maybe is that why part of me thinks like is that why they put it on the ballot so that they could kind of like cut Joe Biden out at the knees on the ballot possibly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Be
I
very
mean,
funny.
it's like it's I almost don't believe it because it's too smart of a move.
Yeah. Right. Like this just fell. No, make no mistake. This just fell together, and
Yeah.
it's gonna manifest in the stupidest way. It's gonna energize Dems to invest more in Florida finally, and that's stupid because their apparatus fucking sucks down in Florida.
Oh,
Like the Florida State
my.
Dems are some of the biggest fucking losers you've ever met.
I mean,
So
we're not having a primary, and they lost out on so many of these
they
mayors.
lost multiple mayorships.
Oh my god,
These guys are such fucking nerds, man. They're so useless.
it's a clown car.
Yeah,
But that's also
so.
it's like that's an extension from the DNC, from the national thing.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I mean, it's crazy that Howard Dean, right? It's crazy
Yeah.
that it's like you look to Howard Dean as
Yeah.
as like the genius, what I'm saying? Like this guy actually had like
Playmaker,
a real strategy that could win. And like
damn.
now it's all gone, now it's all
Yeah.
gone. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, what's your silver lining, Marcus? What's you're looking forward to in the future, buddy?
Lining. Well,
I'll tell you mine.
Yeah,
took
you
back
go
Malevolon Creek, baby.
Oh, all right. Hey, yeah,
We took back Malevolon Creek yesterday. That's right. That bot menace, no longer. Right? Now, am I a little worried that it happened on April Fool's Day? I don't know. Maybe. I don't think it's going to be a really big problem. I mean, what are they just going to get like bigger weapons and stuff? Who knows?
Probably not.
But I think, probably not. I think we just have a decisive victory on our hands. So, Feel good about that.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, what I'm looking forward to is a whole year without April Fool's jokes from my friends that are
Yeah,
severely annoying and I
yeah,
think offensive in a way, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Not just speaking in generalities.
yeah,
No,
yeah, 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 yeah. Understood, understood. Me too.
That's yeah, same. Yeah, I'm sure. I think what is the silver lining? Ooh, 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 ooh. You know what? And this is gonna be a curveball.
Yeah,
Um
yeah.
because I saw a interview today of Cornell West, who is a third
Oh,
party candidate who's running for president.
yes, he
And
is.
while
He's on his fourth third
I
party or something like that. He's
yeah,
doing great.
yeah, I am not going to give any credence to him running, any type of serious candidacy here or now or, probably in the future. But
Yeah,
there is something that he did say that I think is true, and it inspired me a bit, right? And is
yeah.
that all of these things, whether it's from Bernie Sanders to some of these flash in the pan runs, but more so to the movements that they are kind of tied to, right?
Yeah.
Like these are representation of angst
Mhm.
and while we haven't got there yet, we can recognize them, for what they are, that the engine is trying to turn over,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know? Um, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I heard that and I was like, yeah.
Sure. Alright.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's
Yeah.
something,
Yeah, it's
we're
something,
because
yeah.
we're trying to actually get into motion, and there's gonna be mistakes. There's gonna be,
A new world struggles to be born.
yeah, something like that. A new
Yeah.
terror baby.
Yeah.
Um, but no, that's yeah. Get out there and help somebody do something.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
it's like we're
What I'm
getting
saying.
there. We're getting
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Fair.
Hope springs eternal.
Hope yeah,
Some
hope
shit like that,
springs
right?
eternal is some nerd shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. At least I'd bring in hell divers.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, listen, video games need something.
Oh, yeah, which, I
Need
mean
some sort of circuses, you know?
oh, yeah, for sure. Which that's a good circus. That's a good
Yeah.
circus.
Great circus. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back next week with episode 12. But for now, episode Chairman Shi is completed. And click all the buttons,
Yeah,
the like, the comment, the share, whatever you want to click in your listening apparatus of choice.
we gotta get in our balloon and head back to HQ.
That's right. We'll be back next week. Y'all have fun.
Peace.